Hey everybody, I'm Rebecca and welcome to the channel where I talk money and legacy. If you're interested in knowing more about personal finance and growing your money exponentially, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Now, last month I did a financial profile on tennis great Serena Williams where I shared 5 financial lessons that we can learn from Serena and apply to our own lives. And this week, I want to share a life lesson for success from ex-pro football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, or Coach Prime as he's called now, and who was formerly the head coach at Jackson State University before becoming the head coach of the University of Colorado this past December. And since taking that job, now he's been in the news quite a bit. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding his departure from Jackson State, which is neither here nor there. I'm not getting into all of that, and people have taken their side saying it is what it is. That's not my focus for this message. I'm focusing on a life lesson for success from Coach Prime. And I live in the Atlanta area, and I definitely remember when Deion Sanders played for the Atlanta Falcons, along with Andre Rison and Jamie Dukes. I remember those 3. But as you can imagine, Prime Time was the one who grabbed all of the attention because of how flamboyant he was. And I've never been much of a college football fan since I graduated from college many moons ago. And this is Bulldog country, as well as Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. But I started to pay attention to HBCU football again when Coach Prime was hired at Jackson State. I watched the YouTube videos and the 4-part Prime documentary on Amazon recently and other social media platforms. And I found it really fascinating how he thinks and what drives him. And from following Coach Prime's journey over the past 3 years plus, I found some very invaluable lessons that we can learn that are key to achieving success in life. And what I love about Coach Prime is that he's not just a football coach, but he's preparing that 95% of players who are not going to make it into the NFL how to succeed in life. And there are several life lessons that we can glean from Coach Prime from listening to his videos and his posts on Twitter and what have you. But there's one particular point that I want to focus on in this video, and that is consistency. Be consistent. And here are 2 quotes from Coach Prime from his Twitter account. And the first tweet is, "Practice consistency. It is a discipline that requires focus and the understanding that there is a task at hand. Let go of old habits and thoughts. Your consistency will propel you to new heights that you never imagined. Practice means to work on you consistently." And the second tweet is, "If you don't value consistency, it's going to be hard for you to become successful and sustain it. Consistency involves a commitment, a level of focus, and a thirst and hunger for more. We don't settle, we want it all. Go get yours now." And consistency goes hand in hand with self-discipline, dependable, steady, and predictable. And let me share some examples of how key consistency is to success in life. And I'll start with my own YouTube channel. You know, one thing I heard all the time as a YouTuber is, if you want to grow your channel, you need to be consistent. Now, because I have a business that demands most of my time, my schedule doesn't allow me to post videos every day or twice a day like some other YouTubers. And I hope to get there at some point, but right now I can only post once a week. But I have to be consistent with just posting once a week. And even posting once a week isn't easy given the demands of my time. But I realize I can't post sporadically and expect my channel to grow. Now, if I want to trigger that algorithm to select my channel and get more views, people's eyeballs on my channel, I have to be consistent. And it takes a lot of self-discipline for me to consistently record videos at night after I worked all day. When I first started a YouTube channel, I quit after 2 months because I could not sustain that consistency. And mainly because I'm not skilled at editing videos or audios, and that's the part that was so time consuming that I had to give it up. I just couldn't sustain that consistency. Not to be outdone, I started my channel again a year later, but this time I hired someone to edit my videos while I focus solely on recording. And being able to delegate that task makes it easier for me to juggle my full-time workload and consistently post videos to my YouTube channel on a weekly basis. And if I'm only posting every 6 months and my channel isn't growing, that's not a YouTube problem, that's a Rebecca problem. So consistency is something that I have to stay on top of. And this same principle holds true in practically every area of our lives. Now, say you're trying to lose 50 pounds and maintain a healthy lifestyle. You can't have a yo-yo diet and exercise routine where you eat healthy in spurts and you exercise in spurts. Now, you might get away with eating whatever you want or exercising whatever you want while you're in your 20s or 30s, but sooner or later it is going to catch up with you. And I know what I'm talking about, okay? When you reach a certain age where your metabolism starts slowing down, you're going to have to apply self-discipline if you expect to maintain a healthy lifestyle. You're going to have to change your diet and start exercising on a consistent basis. And Lord knows, I don't feel like leaving the house and going to the gym, especially in the wintertime when it's cold outside, but I have to drag these hips on out there anyway. And that's when the self-discipline has to kick in. And I know some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to that going to the gym thing. And being inconsistent can have a negative impact on your relationships with your family, your friends, and your boss. What do you think would happen if you went on social media and posted a rant calling your boss an MFer? And be honest. And if you support Ed Reed going on this tirade related to Bethune-Cookman University, that's entirely up to you. But I'm giving you fair warning. Don't you try that on your supervisor. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face. You better exercise some self-discipline or you will end up with the same fate. Employers don't tolerate that type of emotional diatribe. Nobody is indispensable. They expect you to be self-disciplined, dependable, stable, and predictable. And that's what consistency is all about. You don't want to be around people who are unpredictable. You definitely don't want to date anybody who's unpredictable. You're dating somebody and they have all of these mood swings. One day they're up and the next day they're down. People are not willing to invest their time and energy dealing with erratic behavior. I remember dating this really nice guy. I was living in California at the time. And we were in his car and was stopped at a traffic light. And the crosswalk was in front of us and people were crossing because the light was red. And at the end of the line were a group of Asian people who were still in the middle of the crosswalk when the light turned green. So he had to wait for them to clear the crosswalk before making that left-hand turn. And as they made their way across, my date rolled down his window and started yelling a racial slur at them to get the blankety blank out of the road. I mean, he was just cursing and this racial slur. And I looked at him in shock. I had not seen this side of him. And right then and there, I knew that this guy is not my future. And that was it for me. And if you're in a relationship with someone and you can foresee some drama down the line, you need to let it go. As Maya Angelou once said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And you can really test people's patience when you are not self-disciplined. Have you ever been to a restaurant with somebody who starts giving the waiter a hard time? And why would anybody give a waiter a hard time who's handling your food is beyond me. And it reminds me of the movie The Help. Remember when Olivia Spencer, who played the role of Minnie in that movie, you remember how she was serving that food, that cake? Don't abuse people who handle your food. If something is wrong with your food, just politely let the waiter know that the meat or whatever it is not to your liking or whatever the case may be, and just let it go and not make a scene. Another thing is be on time for appointments and meetings. And if you're going to be running late, just call and let the person know, hey, I'm stuck in traffic. I hope to be there within 30 minutes. They're expecting you, so don't just leave them wondering whether or not you're going to show up or when you're going to show up. Consistency is key to success in life. And when you're not self-disciplined and dependable, stable, and predictable, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities and not be able to sustain good, wholesome relationships. Now, I enjoy watching and reading biographies of highly successful people such as Coach Prime and Oprah, the Obamas, and Michael Jackson, and so many other people. And oftentimes we focus on the pinnacle of their success without understanding how they got there, the choices that they made by going against the grain and being different. and we can be inspired by their stories. And I hope that this life lesson of being consistent inspires you in your quest to achieve success in your work, in your relationships, your health, and your spirituality. And I do want to thank you for joining me today. And I'll be back next week with more money and legacy talk. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And leave your thoughts below. I'd love to hear them. Click that notification bell to receive an alert each time I upload a new video. Until the next time, take care and bye for now.